Hello O-level students. Today I'm going to discuss the year-end evaluation 2020 Department of Education Southern Province paper, and this is paper 1. You get 2 hours. There are 2 parts in paper 1, part A and part B. Part A you get 25 short questions and part B you get 5 long questions. So each question in part A worth 2 marks and you can spend maximum 2 minutes. And each question in part B worth 10 marks and you can spend 12 minutes per question. And the spaces are given in the paper, so you don't have to ask for rough papers or line papers to answer the question. So you have to answer questions in the spaces provided. And in the first page you can see 1 to 4 questions are there, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you get 10 to 14. Then 15, 16, 17, 18. And then 19 to 22. Then 23, 24, 25. That's part A. Then you get part B, 5 questions. Question number 1 and question number 2. Then the continuation of question number 2, 3, 4. And then you get 5. That's the last question. So let's do this question now. Question number 1. Last month's electricity bill of Manoja's house was 4,500 rupees. If 8% of value added tax is added to that bill and the final value of the bill was calculated, find the VAT charged for the bill. Only the increased amount, the VAT. So what's the value? 4,500 with 8% value. So 8 over 100. Just multiply. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 8 times 45. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 4, 32 plus 4, 36. So the VAT charged value is 360 rupees. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 2. Find the factors of x squared minus 7x minus 18. So that's a quadratic expression. Minus 18. Find the factors of minus 18. When you add the factors, you need to get the middle term minus 7. So what are the suitable factors? 9 and 2. But the middle term is negative. So minus 9 and plus 2. So you can split the middle term to minus 9x and plus 2x. And then take 2 at a time. First 2 terms and take x out, x minus 9. And from the last 2 terms, you can take 2 out and you get x minus 9. X minus 9 is common, take it out and you can write x plus 2. So the factors of this expression is x minus 9 and x plus 2. So that's 2 marks. Question number 3. Write log 3 base 81 equals 4 in index form. So this is logarithmic form. So base is 3, 81. The index is 4. So how you write in the index form? 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 4. In the figure, ABC angle is 50 degrees and AB equals AC. Find the magnitude of BAC. So that's x value. So this is an isosceles triangle. If this is 50, this is 50. So how you find out the x angle? The sum of angles in a triangle is 180. 180 minus these 2 angles. So we can write B AC angle is 180 minus 50 and 50 becomes 100. So you get 80 degrees. So x equals 80 according to this diagram. So 2 marks for that. Question number 5. Capacity of water tank is 960 liters. A water pump takes 12 minutes to fill that water tank completely. Find the rate at which flowed out through the pump in liters per minute. So capacity means the volume of the full tank. So volume is there and it takes only 12 minutes to fill the whole tank. So what is the rate? 960 liters per 12 minutes. So simplify, you get 12 times 8, here 96 and here 80 liters per minute. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 6. In this figure, AB is parallel to CD. Using the given data, find the value of x. So x is here. So we know if this is 40, this is 40. Alternate angles are equal. Now, what is the theory? The sum of interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. So x becomes 40 plus 110, that's 150 degrees. So you can show all the workings on the paper so that you will get marks. You don't need to write it again. So here 150. So you can write sum of interior angles is equal to exterior angle. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 7. The figure shows AB and CD vertical post on a horizontal ground. The angle of depression of A from C is 28 and the angle of elevation of C from B is 52. Represent this data in the given figure. So depression from C, angle of depression. So when you draw the vertical line, angle of depression is with the depression of A here. This one is given 28. This angle is given 28. Angle of elevation of C from B. That means C and B here. Angle of elevation is this angle. That's given as 52. So you can mark the 2 angles. So you get 1 mark each for that. 1 mark for marking this and 1 mark for marking this one. Question number 8. Find the least common multiple of the 3 algebraic terms 6a squared, 12ab and b squared. So how can you write 6? 2 times 3 and a squared. 12ab, so you get 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, a and b squared. Now lowest common multiple, we take the highest power of each factor. So when you consider 2, 2 to the power 2 is the highest one. 3 just once. And a squared is the highest one. b squared is the highest one. So the lowest common multiple is 2 to the power 2 is 4, 4 times 3, 12, 12 a squared, b squared. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 9. Simplify. 2 over x and 1 over 3x. So what's the lowest common multiple of x and 3x? That's 3x. So we can convert this to 3x. So that means we have to multiply the first fraction by 3. Second one, you don't need to do anything. So 3 times 2, 6 plus 1. So 6 plus 1 becomes 7 over 3x. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 10. In this figure, BCE is 100 degrees and ABD is 50. Find the value of x. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. All the points on the circle. This is the exterior angle. Exterior angle is same as the opposite angle. So that becomes 100 degrees. And then we can use the triangle ABD and find out the x value. So what is x? The sum of angles in a triangle is 180 minus 100 and another 50. So 180 minus 150, you get 30 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 11. Write down the set of positive integral solutions which satisfy the inequality. First you have to solve the inequality. 3x plus 2 is less than or equal to 11. Take 2 to the other side. 3x is less than or equal to 11 minus 2. That's 9. Divide both sides by 3. X is less than or equal to 3. What it means, if you draw the number line, 3 is included. 3, 2, 3 is included. This is x less than. So x less than side is this. But they are asked to write down set of positive integral solutions. What are the positive solutions? It can be 3, 2, 1. You can't write 0 because 0 is not a positive integer. So only 3 values, 3, 2 and 1. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 12. Find the common ratio of the geometric progression where the first term is 4 and the 10th term is 2 to the power 11. First term is 4. How do you write down the 10th term? T10. First term and the ratio to the power 10 minus 1. That's 9. Now substitute 4 into r to the power 9 is equal to 2 to the power 11. Now simplify. R to the power 9 becomes 2 to the power 11 divided by 4. 4 you can write 2 to the power 2. Same base, different powers division, you subtract the powers. 11 minus 2, you get 9. Now you can see powers are the same, so you can compare the bases. So R becomes 2. So 2 marks for that question as well. Question number 13. Fill in the blanks of the below statement using suitable mathematical terms. In a parallelogram, spaces are equal. In a parallelogram, we know opposite angles are equal or opposite sides are equal. So you can write either opposite sides or opposite sides are equal or opposite angles are equal. By each diagonal, something of the parallelogram is bisected. We know when you draw the diagonal, what happens? The area is bisected. So by each diagonal, the area of the parallelogram is bisected. So this area and this area are equal. So in this question, you get 1 mark for the first space and 1 mark for the second space. Question number 14. The pie chart represents the number of students who follow commerce, science and art streams. If the number of students who follow commerce stream is 60. So this is 60 given. Find the number of students who follow art stream. So we need to first find out the angle here. How you find out? We know the angle at the center is, whole thing is 360. So 360 minus 120 and 90. Both are given. So what's that? 210. So when you subtract, you get 150 degrees for this angle. So we can use a ratio. 120 degrees represents 60 students. So what about 150 degrees? So 60 divided by 120 multiplied by 150, or we can see 120 divided by 2 is 60. So 150 divided by 2 is 75. So answer should be 75. 5 times 15, that's 75. That's 2 marks. Question number 15. Tamara borrowed a loan 5,000 rupees at a monthly simple interest, and at the end of the month, she paid 5,200 to settle loan. Find the monthly simple interest rate. So what's the interest given? 5,200. Interest is given as 5,200 minus 5,000. That means 200 rupees paid as the interest. So how do you find out the interest rate? Interest rate is interest 200 paid for 5,000 multiplied by 100%. 200, here 2 zeros get cancelled out, 1 0 get cancelled out, 5 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4%. So this is also 2 marks question. Question number 16. In this figure, midpoints of AC and AB are E and F respectively. AB and CD are parallel. These two are parallel, and FDC is 50 degrees and BCA is 70 degrees. Find the value of FAC. FAC is X angle. How you find out? We know that here this is the midpoint. This is also midpoint. According to the midpoint theorem, when you connect two midpoints, the lines are parallel to each other. So you can first write down BC is parallel to EF. So we know that BCDF is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. So that means if this is 50, this is 50. Opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. Now we can find X using the bigger triangle. So what is X? Sum of angles in a triangle is 180 minus the two angles given, 50 and 70, 120. So 180 minus 120, you get 60 degrees. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 17, solve. So here 3x squared minus 27 is 0. You can find the factors. So take 3 out and write x squared minus 9. Now you can use difference between two squared terms. What are the factors? X squared minus 3 squared, x minus 3 and x plus 3. So the factors are 0 means either one factor is 0 or the other factor is 0. So x becomes plus 3 or x becomes minus 3. So you have to write both the solutions, plus or minus 3. You get 2 marks. Question number 18. AE and DE are straight lines and the other data are mentioned in the figure. Find the value of x. So you need to find out x here. Can you see this angle and this angle are equal? Those are same segment angles. So this is 50, this is 50. And if this is 50, what is this angle? 180 minus 50, that's 130 degrees. Now we can see ACE triangle. X is equal to the sum of angles in a triangle 180 minus 20 and 130. So 180 minus 150, you get 30 degrees. So 2 marks for that question. Question number 19. Base radius and the curved surface area of a solid right circular cylinder are 7 centimeters and 660 square centimeters respectively. Find the height of the cylinder. So radius is 7. What is the curved surface area of a cylinder? 2 pi RH. So 2 pi RH is given 660. We'll substitute the values. We can take pi as 22 over 7, radius is 7, and we can find h using the equation. 7 and 7 get cancelled out. H becomes 660 divided by 2 and 22. Divide by 22, you get 30 divided by 2, you get 15. This is centimeters as the height of the cylinder. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 20. A and B are finite sets. Number of elements in A is 8. Number of elements in B is 10. And A union B is 12. Number of elements in the union is 12. Find the value of the intersection part. So either you can draw a Venn diagram and do the question, or you can use the formula. A is 8, NB is 10, the union is 12. So 10 plus 8 is 18. If the union is 12, the difference between these two is the intersecting part. So 10 plus 8, 18. 18 minus 12 is 6. 6 should be in the middle part. So this is 2 and this should be 4. So 8 is here and this is 10. Or you can use the formula. Number of elements in the union is equal to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in the intersection part. You can substitute the value. So when you take it to this side, number of elements in the intersection is equal to A, number of elements in A, B minus the union. So A is in A 8, in B that's 10, minus 12. 18 minus 12, that's 6. Either you can use the equation or you can use the diagram. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 21. Center of this circle is O. AB is the diameter. Using the given data in the figure, find the value of x. So we can see ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. All the points are on the circle. In a cyclic quadrilateral, here opposite angles add up to 180. But we know these two lengths are equal, that's radii is also equal. If this is 70, this is 70. And this angle and this angle are opposite angles. So we can write down 50 plus 70 plus x is 180. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. So 50 plus 70 is 120. When you subtract 120 from 180, you get x as 60 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 22. Find the gradient of the straight line AB. How you find the gradient? So you can use the formula. So what's the coordinate of this point? You can write 0, 2. What's the coordinate of this point? 4, 0. What's the gradient formula? Gradient is equal to difference between y coordinates over difference between x coordinates. So we can take 2, this one is x2, y2. So 2 minus 0, those are the y coordinates. 0 minus 4. So 2 minus 0 is 2, divided by minus 4, that's minus half. So 2 times 1, 2 times 2. So negative half is the gradient of this line. So that's 2 marks. Question number 23. In a container, there are 8 red colored identical balls and a certain number of white colored identical balls. When a ball is taken out randomly from the container, the probability of getting a red color ball is 2/5. Probability of getting a red color one. Without changing the number of balls in the container, another 4 white balls are added to the container and another ball is taken out randomly. Find the probability of getting a red color ball now. So we'll take this one is 2/5 and we'll take x number of, here it says 8 red balls, x number of white balls are there. So altogether 8 plus x. So if you are writing this one, 8 red balls over the total number of balls. 8 plus x is the total. We can say 8 plus x is the total. So we can find out what was the total. So you can cross multiply or you can make it to the same numerator. So this becomes multiplied by 4, you get 8 over 20. So the same denominator means the total is 20. So 8 plus x is the 20. That means the total number of identical balls was in the container before. Now 4 balls are added, white balls. So what is the total now? Total becomes 20 plus 4, 24. Altogether 24 balls are there, but 8 are still the same. Only white balls are added. So what's the probability of getting a red ball now? 8 red ones out of 24. So 8 over 24, you can simplify. 4 times 2 or 8 times 1, 8 times 3, 1/3. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 24. The motion of a vehicle is represented by the distance time graph. Find the average speed of that vehicle. The total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. So here, according to this one, we can take the total distance traveled. Distance traveled is 160 kilometers. Total time is 5 hours. So what's the speed, average speed? Total distance divided by the time. So this answer is in kilometers per hour. 5 times 3, 15 and 2. 32 kilometers per hour. That's the average speed. So we'll give 2 marks for that. Question number 25. This figure shows the locus of the point which is moving 6 meters constant distance away from the point O. That's the circle given. Draw a sketch in the figure to find the locus of points which is moving 12 meters away from A. So from A, 12 meters. So when you consider this whole thing, that's 6 and 6, 12, 14. So 12 is somewhere here. So you have to find the point. The points which is moving 12 meters away from A and on the circle only. So what you have to do when you take 12 centimeter length, so you can draw 2 arcs. So we'll consider one arc is somewhere here and one arc is somewhere there. And we can show that this distance is 12 and this distance is 12. So you have to draw the 2 arcs and show that this is 12 meters length. And these are the 2 points. So show that the locus of the point. So these 2 points are the 2 points, that is 12 meters away from A but inside the circle. And not inside, on the circle. Inside means you have to draw the arc, but on the circle means those 2 points. So you get 2 marks for that. 1 mark for showing that this length is 12 meters and marking these 2 points, 1 mark. Altogether 2 marks for that question. We did all questions in paper 1 part A. Now we'll do part B questions. In part B, the first question is about fractions. A farmer used machines to cultivate the paddy. The first day, 5/12 of the whole paddy field cultivated and 3/7 of the remaining was cultivated on the second day. At the beginning of the second day, which portion was left in the paddy field to cultivate? So that means you can say 5/12 is cultivated. So the remaining amount. So how you find the remaining amount? 1 minus 5/12. 1 you can write as 12/12. So same denominator, subtract the numerators. 12 minus 5 is 7. 7/12 is the remaining portion after the first day. That means beginning of the second day. On the second day, which portion of the paddy field was cultivated? It says 3/7 of the remaining was cultivated. So the remaining amount is 7/12. Out of that, 3/7. So that means 7, 7 get cancelled out. 3 times 1, 3 times 4. 1/4 of the whole thing. That's cultivated on the second day. Then next one. If the area of the remaining paddy field was 24,000 square meters, find the area of the whole paddy field. So the remaining part is now first day 5/12 and the second day 1/4. What is the total? 5/12 and 1/4. So this becomes, convert to the same denominator here, 5, and this one you have to multiply by 3. So 3, so this becomes 3. 8/12 is used. So what is the remaining part? Remaining part is here 4 times 2, 4 times 3. So 1 minus 2/3, that means 2/3. 3/3 minus 2/3, that's 1/3. 1/3 means 24,000. So 1/3 represent, that's the remaining part is 24,000. What's the total? You multiply by 3. So the total area becomes 3 times 24,000. 72,000 square meters. Then it says to cultivate the remaining part, 2 machines took 2 hours. Find how many machine hours will take to cultivate the whole paddy field. So 2 machines, it takes 2 hours. So how many machine hours are there? How many machine hours are there altogether? Machine hours 2 times 2. To cultivate the remaining part. So here, what is the remaining part? Now 24,000 is the remaining part. So machine hours is 4 machine hours are needed for the remaining part. So they are asking how many machine hours will take to cultivate the whole paddy field. So what's the remaining part? 24,000. 24,000, you need 4 machine hours. What about the whole area? 72,000. 4 divided by 24,000 into 72,000. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12 machine hours needed. So let's see. So the first part we can give 1 mark. And the second part we can give 2 marks. And the third part we can give 4 marks. 2 marks to find out this remaining part and then 2 marks. So 4 marks for that. And last part, 12 machine hours, that's 3 marks. So altogether 10 marks for the first question. Let's take the next one. Question number 2. It's about area. This figure shows the foundation of a hotel. It consists of AEB semicircular part and ABCD rectangular part. AB is 28 meters. Take pi as 22/7. Find the arc length AEB. Arc length, how you find out the arc length? How you find the arc length? AEB. This part. So half of the circumference. So half of pi d. Pi d is the circumference of a full circle. Pi is 22 over 7. What's the diameter? Diameter is the length of AB. That's 28. So 28 meters given. So 7 times 4, 2 times 11, 11 times 4, that's 44 meters is the arc length. Find the area of the semicircular part. That means you have to find the area of the semicircle. What's the formula? Half of the area of the full circle. So full circle is pi r square. So pi is 22 over 7 and r. R is the radius. 28 is the diameter, 14 is the radius. So 14 times 14. 7 times 2, 14. Get cancelled out with this one. So how you multiply this? I can do 2 times 14, 28 times 11. It's easy to multiply by 11. Separate out 2 and 8. 8 plus 2 becomes 10. That means you have to add 1. 308 square meters is the area of the semicircular part. So what are the marks? You can give it to these two. 2 marks for the first part and 2 marks for the second part. Third part, if the area of the rectangular part is twice the area of the semicircular part, find the breadth of the rectangular part. So we found this is 308 square meters. So what's the area of the rectangle? Twice of that. So area of the rectangle ABCD. So 2 times 8, 16, 2 times 3, 660. So how you find the area of the rectangle? Length into breadth. So AB is the length, that's 28, and we'll take the breadth as B. So find B. 616 divided by 28. We'll divide by 4 first. 4 times 7, 4 times 1, 4, 21, 5, 16, 4. Now divide by 7. 7 times 2, 14 and another 14. So 22. So the breadth is 22 meters. And it says it is needed to fit concrete pillars in the whole foundation with 2 meter gap in between the pillars to build the hotel. Find how many concrete pillars are needed for that. So here you have to think about outer length as well as along AB. So we'll first around the concrete, around the foundation. Around the foundation, how many pillars? It's a closed one. If it's a closed one, you take the perimeter, divide by the gap in between the pillars. That's 2. So what's the perimeter around? Arc length we found 44. Breadth we found 22. This is also 22. And we know this is 28. This length is 28. So that's the perimeter. Divide by the gap in between the pillars. So you have to divide by 2. What's the total? (116) divided by 2. 58 pillars needed. So this is a closed figure. Number of gaps or spaces is the same as the number of pillars in this case, if it's a closed one. But if it's an open one, you have to add 1 to get number of pillars. So this is 58. Now let's see along AB, how many pillars needed? So AB length is 28. Divide by 2. So that's 14. But you have to add 1 to get number of pillars. So 15 pillars needed along AB. But we know we considered this one and this one already. It's there. So you have to subtract 2 from that. So what's the number of pillars? 15 minus 2, that's 30. 13 pillars along AB and 58 pillars around the foundation. So altogether, total number of pillars. Fifty-eight plus 13. 71 pillars are needed. So how many marks for that? Let's see. So we can give 2 marks for finding total number of pillars around the foundation. That's 71. And 4 marks. 4 marks we can give for that. 4 marks for that. And previous part we can give 2 marks. 22. So 4, 2, 6, and we gave 10 marks for that question. Let's do third question. This is about percentages. The assessed annual value of a house is 40,000 rupees. If the municipal council charges 8% of the value of the house as rates, calculate the rates that need to be paid for a quarter. So what is the annual rates? Annual rates is 8% of 40,000. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 8 times 4, 32. 3,200 rupees. So how you find out the quarterly value? Quarter rates you have to divide by 4. 3,200 divided by 4, you get 800 rupees. That's the quarterly rate. So how many marks for the first part? How many marks for the first part? You get 3 marks for that. Second part, with the development of that area, the municipal council increased the assessed annual value of the properties in that area, but the rates percentage has not changed. If the present rates for a quarter for the above house is 960 rupees, find the new assessed annual value of the house. So 960 is the quarterly value. So what is the annual value now? 960 into 4. So this value is the annual value, and we are asking what's the assessed annual value of the house. So this is 3,840 is the annual rates, and this is given as what's the percentage? 8% is this. So what about 100%? So the assessed value becomes this 3,840 is, that's 8% value. What about 100% value? 8 times 432, 8 times 8, 64. So 4,830 zeros, 48,000 is the new assessed value. So how many marks for that? You are getting 2 marks for that. Next part, that's part B. When vehicles are imported, 40% of the imported price of the vehicle is charged as the duty. If the duty of a vehicle is 800,000 rupees, find the imported price of the vehicle. So what is the imported price of the vehicle? 40% is charged for the duty. The duty is this one. That means 40% value is this much. 800,000 rupees. So what is the price of the vehicle? $800,000 is the 40% value. So you have to divide by 40 and multiply by 100%. 100 because it's the total price. 40 times 2, 20,000 into 100 is 2 million. 2 million. So that's the final answer. So how many marks for this one? That's 3 marks. So we give altogether 3, 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. 8 marks given. And here we have to give another 2 marks here. This one 2 marks. So altogether 10 marks. Let's do question number 4. It's about statistics. The below table shows the marks scored by grade 11 students in a certain school for a mathematics test. 20 to 30 represent marks 20 or greater than 20 but less than 30. So first value included, the first one is included, 20 is included but not the second value. Fill in the blanks of the table. So let's fill in the blanks here. So 54 is the cumulative one. So we have to add 14 to that. 54 plus 14, you get 68. Then 68 plus 6, 74. So those are the two values you can fill. So 68 and 74, we can give 2 marks for that. And then you have to draw the cumulative frequency curve on the given Cartesian plane and find the median mark of the distribution. So let's do that. You have to draw the cumulative frequency curve. So let's draw the cumulative frequency curve. So this is the graph paper is given, part of the graph paper. So you have to adjust the scale. So here, if you draw the line here along x-axis, 0 to 70 you have to mark. And frequencies, the cumulative frequency up to 80. So we'll take this axis and we'll take 10 for each square. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 70. And then, or you can take, we'll take two 2 squares 1 unit is, you can draw that. So we can take 10 squares 1 unit. 10 squares 10. So 1 square means 1 unit. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's x-axis, that's marks. And the cumulative frequency here up to 80. Here also we can take 10 squares 10. This is cumulative frequency. Now mark the points. Here the lowest value is 0, 0. Then the highest boundary with the cumulative frequency. 10 with 10. 20 with 24. 24. 30 with 54. 54. 40 with 68. 40 with 68 is somewhere here. And 50 with 74. 74 is somewhere here. 60 with 78. 78 is somewhere here. And 70 with 80. 70 with 80. So you can connect smoothly now. So we can connect this point smoothly. That's the cumulative frequency curve. And the third part, it says if 25%, and we have to do the second part, find the median mark. How you find the median mark? Total is 80. So 80 divided by 2. So you have to refer 40th one. So you can draw a line along 40th one and see the median mark. So roughly somewhere here. So median mark is 24. According to my answer, according to my graph, it's like 24. So I can write median mark. Median mark is here 24. So we normally give plus or minus 1 or plus or minus 2 when you get as the median mark. So that means 25, 23, closer value to 24, you can get marks. So that's median mark. And then what's the next one? If 25% of the students, those who got highest marks, were separated. So 25% of 80. So what is 25% of 80? Twenty students separated. So you can mark 20 students from here. So 20 students were assigned for a remedial program. Find the cutoff marks for this. So here 80 minus 20, so that means 60. So you have to draw a line along 60 here and find the cutoff. And find the cutoff mark. So according to my one, it's like 34. 34 or 33, 34. So I can write down the cutoff marks is 34. Cutoff mark is 34, and when you get plus or minus 2 value, you can get marks. So that's the final answer. Let's give marks. So drawing the cumulative frequency curve, 4 marks. And finding the median, that's 1 mark. And finding the 25% of the students who got highest marks, that's 2 marks you are getting. So 7, and we gave 2 marks. So that means 1 we need to give. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. So we need to give 1 more mark. 2 marks given, and 4, and 1 mark for the median, and 2 marks for that. And we'll give 1 mark for this as well, another 1 mark. Using the graph, we are finding the median. So altogether, 10 marks. Question number 5, it's about probability. In a bus, all the seats were filled with elders. 3 boys and 2 girls were standing and traveled in that bus. At the next bus stop, 2 elders got down from the bus and no one else got into that bus. If 2 of the children who were standing can sit on the seats representing the sample space on the given grid using the sign X. So here 5 children were there standing. So 3 boys and 2 girls. So first seat, anybody can sit. But if the first boy sits in one of the seat, he can't take another seat. So that means B1 you can't take. So B1 with B2, B3, B4, this B1 with G1, G2. Then B2, if he takes the first one, then can't take the next one. So likewise, you can see this is dependent case. So same person can't sit in 2 places. So this should be the diagram. So sample space, and that's marked. Then it says, encircle the event which those who are seated both are boys or both are girls. So B with B, so boys are here and the girls here, this part. So encircle either 2 boys or 2 girls and find the probability. So what's the probability? What's the total? How many crosses are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 5, 20 crosses are there. Out of 20, how many inside the circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the probability is 8 over 20. So you can simplify, and 4 times 5, 2 over 5. So let's give marks for this part. It's given as 2 marks for marking the points and 1 mark for the encircle and 1 mark for the probability. B part, at the next bus stop, a child got down and another child got down at this other bus stop. A part of a tree diagram to show the probabilities of this event is given below. So you are asked to complete the tree diagram by stating the probabilities. Using the tree diagram, find the probability of those who got down, both boys or both girls. So let's fill this one. So here it says boys 3/5. So definitely what is the probability of getting girls? Here 2/5. This is for the first seat. Then for the second child can be a boy or a girl. So here 3/5 and one child is already there. So for the next one, so you have to subtract 1 from the denominator. So denominator becomes 4 now. This is dependent case. So 3 boys were there, 1 got down, so that becomes 2. This is 2 and 2 girls are there, 1 got down, this becomes 1. So this becomes 3 then. So that's the full tree diagram there. So how many marks for that? So 3 marks for the diagram. And the next one, we need to find out the probability. It says, using the tree diagram, find the probability of those who got down are both boys or both girls. So let's take the same diagram, and both boys, you have to take this branch. Both girls, you have to take this branch. So you have to multiply and add it. 3/5 with 2/4. 3/5 into 2/4. That's both are boys. Or we have to add 2/5 with 1/4. So what's the total? 20 is the lowest common multiple. 3 times 2, 6. 2 times 1, 2. 8/20. When you simplify, 4 times 2, 4 times 5. That's 2/5. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 3 marks for the last part. So that's the last question. So we completed all questions in paper 1. Paper 1 part A, all 25 questions, and each question worth 2 marks. So we gave 50 marks for that. And the second part, part B, each question worth 10 marks, and you got 5 questions, so altogether 50. So the total marks out of 100. So make sure that you first complete the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.